Oh, Parma, nil. Inter, 2. I'm your host, Alex, and welcome to my post-match reaction and ratings. Yeah, 20. I'm looking at stats right now, looking at that. I know that stats out of context are absolutely meaningless, but 21 shots to 3. Shots on target, 9 to 0. Of course, Parma. I know they didn't threat at all. Let's see that one goal, that one chance came close. I think over the bar. Crossbar over the bar. I don't remember, but that close for ball watching. But anyway, that's the only threat from Parma. Everything else, park the bus. It is park the bus. Expect us 6-3-1, 8-1-1. You see players, 6 players, 8 players in the box. I think it's expected for Parma to be parking the bus. Because if you go line up, if I remember, PO, he eventually win the headers. And then you have DeMarco crossing, Hakan with the long distance shots. I guess everyone else is rotated. It's Bastoni, Barella, Zielinski, and I guess Taram or Bonnet. Actually, Bonnet just came back from injury. Like 4 players. Because you gotta rotate, and they have Napoli after. And there's some players I don't remember. Yeah, Barella, Bastoni. One more yellow than they're off for Napoli. I mean, it's good game management right there by Chivu. But I also think he picked the right team for this game. Because I thought it was going to be 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. Because we spent the last 10 minutes parking the bus. Given that it's very difficult. His first half, crossing, distance shooting. Of course, miss. Of course, that DeMarco goal. Of course, Peel won the ball. Is it deflected? I do not know. But DeMarco with a weak foot and hits it at the difficult tight angle. The keeper should close that better. But one goal, the ref, try to rule that out. And the VAR check, like, okay, we got that. Or second half, of course, we could be miss. Shooting accuracy. What's the shooting accuracy? It's 21 shot, 9 target. But how many of them are? But how many of them are where keeper have to dive a lot? How many of them? Because that's really my aim in any FPS game. Because let's be honest, if I do play an FPS game live on stream, it should show how hot garbage I am at aiming. Get the aim where you hit body shots, miss, body shot, tight margins. Yeah, like touch efficiency. Yeah, for football, like touch efficiency. The other FPS is snap shooting. It's really the equivalent of that. Second half, like Parma's, I expect them to park the bus and hit us on the counter. It's really nice for teams to be compact and composed. Whereas the subs do help. Because after Barella and Zielinski came on, start to get control in the midfield. Of course, Barella with a lot of presence. Zielinski control. Yeah, let's say about the game. Of course, last 10 minutes, we've been parking the bus. I thought we were going to park the bus. Because of 5-3-2. Yeah, Cross on the right, DeMarco on the left, and then you have Acerbi, Akanji, and Bisek. So yeah, Chivu will play defending 5-3-2 or 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. Many options. Off the ball. Yeah, the low block is very difficult to defend against. Actually, difficult to score against. Yeah, let's say that. I think that for Napoli, I know they drop points. Let's look at the points. The table 42. We don't have a game in hand. Napoli drop points against Verona. Or Juve is breathing space. I know they had extra game, but yeah, I think extra games against Lecce. But be careful. Lecce did get some points against Juve, but that's because Juve they missed a lot. If I recall, because Verona, Verona can, if only Verona can actually hold on, at least, because like go 2-0 up and then draw 2-2. But this is not a Napoli post match reaction. It's an Inter post match reaction. It's nice to look at who else is nearby. I'll take the table's close. So yeah, another post match reaction and maybe some a bit of chat about the players. Look at the ratings, my post match reaction ratings. You can put them in the comments down below. The average is 6 with out of 10 for ratings. Because I think that one player I stood out in a bad way is Susic. Or Lator and Pio. I think they'd be more clinical. I know they didn't get quality service because it's Parma, but tight margins, they got to be scoring some of these goals. So Sommer, I'll give him 6. Because just because Parma doesn't have to do much. Only have one quality chance. Sommer got lucky there. Actually, Sommer defense got lucky there. Augusto, I'll give him 6.5. Defended well. And filled in for Bastoni nicely. Of course, you don't have the overlapping ball. Also, nice for him to play a full 90 minutes. You know, he's not the type that overlaps quite as well as Bastoni or the crossing. I think he's a proper squad player that I'm sure most teams would like to have. Akanji, I'll give him 6.5. Ball playing is really needed against Parma, even though they're going to park the bus. Yeah, there are many ways to break down a low block. Bisek, I'll give him 6.5. His runs are needed. In fact, I think he got that one shot that's close. Hit the crossbar. Win a banger. DeMarco, I'll give him 7 and my man of the match. Chance creation is needed. And I got a goal. Probably reason why the mentality didn't switch off at half time. But for DeMarco, despite his other qualities, his left foot is enough to be world class. Choking on something. For Mickey, I'll give him 6. He isn't too bad. Because he covered a lot of space, as expected, but final third decisions, no. Defensively, he did well. That's it. I like the difference between Zelensky and Mickey's like night and day. Zelensky can actually help build up and more danger in the final third. Hakan, 6. Look, for Hakon, I think in the first half, we struggled to control midfield. But, yeah, I don't know that Bernabe Keita. Who's the other guy? Parma. It's like match control. It's very. Because Parma cover a lot of space. Did well for that. I don't know. I know we linked to Bernabe. Were we? Yeah, Sorensen. Looking at who scored. Yeah, Sorensen covered a lot of space. Susic, I'll give him 5. Actually, 4.5 is fair. 4.55. Terrible performance. I mean, you see his dribbling, but for Susic, there seems to be a trend lately. He always looks cold when coming off the bench, and also when starting. Takes a while for him to warm up. Because I think we're Susic. Maybe get actually warm up. Perhaps try to warm up better, a lot more. Also, missed the 1v1. I could probably give Parma a dagger. So yeah, it didn't help control the midfield. Luis Enrique, I'll give him 6. Just because in the second half, it's very hard to see with all the fog. Very foggy day in Parma. Is this a place? Yeah, it's a place. Is it second? Guess when there's one camera. When the fog, it's a render distance is so weak that it looks like an AI prototype for cameras. You see, like looks like terrible AI rendering. Yeah, something like that. Latoro, I'll give him 5. I'll give him 5. Because look, I know that for Latoro, he needs to be more clinical for building up. He probably needs. Yeah, it doesn't help much when you're playing a low block. But I won't blame the strikers entirely. He'll get a 5.5, maybe an assist. But yeah, striker need to be more clinical. I know they didn't get a lot of service, but there's times when they should have been scoring that. They should have been scoring that. Subs. I think for Chivu, the subs are right. Right on. Like Burla, I'll give him 7. Cover a lot of distance and help gain control. Zelensky 6.5. I think that I know halfway through the season, they go through our best attacker, Latoro, best midfielder, Zelensky, and best defender, Akanji. Halfway through the season. Haram, I'll give him 7. It's very unlucky for him to give Bonnie handball. But got a goal. Goal stealer, that is, for Tikas. Bonnie, I'll give him 6.5. I just are spot on. Chirpy, I'll give him 6. I'll give him 6 point. I'll give him 6. The last 10 minutes, we actually decided not to park the bus. Actually, it looks like we park the bus, but oh well. For Kivu, I'll give him 7.5. Because I'm not going to blame him for the finishing, but lineup spot on. Even that we gotta rotate, but we also need to learn about Parma. For the subs, great subs, and the subs change the game. Referees, I would give them a 6. Hey, they didn't do too bad a job. They had to use VAR for all that. For all the goals. Yep, I think it's like my post-match reaction ratings. Because Sunday against Napoli at home. There's no like Conte has a good record against us, surprisingly. Last time, yeah, last time Conte lost against Inter, he has an assistant man coaching us for something. So I'll still be careful with Conte. And I know that Milan still have to play Genoa, but we'll see from tomorrow. Bye everyone, see you soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, I don't know what else. And thanks for watching. Bye everyone, see you soon.